This is the drive where CHARLISE would have went after she passed away. This is Blackson's Ridge Road and the Putty Road. This is the way he would have went if he came from, if he brought her down from Mount Wilson. And this is the why he went down here, because now you'll see how isolated it really is. There are people out here, there's homes out here, a lot of very nice people out here. The first thing you might note is that over here, he wouldn't dump her here, her body in the barrel, because that is a security camera. Can you see the camera? So that'll be footage the police also would have probably got. I don't know what the police do. I don't know, that'll be one of the things I would have checked. Once they got it, they can go down to Swan Security. That's who runs that security system. Yes, Swan Home Security, SWANN. They manage that security system, all those sort of parking areas along the Putty Road. There's several of those cameras on the Putty Road that go back to a main base at Chop Ride. And what the idea is if you park your car there when you're travelling on this Putty Road, there's somebody watching your car while you're asleep in it, out here in these very remote areas. This is the Australian bush. This is not in the heart of Sydney. This is in the bush. All that there was dug out just to build this Putty Road. It's not very far until we actually get down to the Colo River. When I get down to the actual road, Upper Colo Road and Lower Colo Road, so you understand where the cameraman stood when they're doing their news report, I'll turn left and go to where the cameraman stood, and then I'll come back and I'll show you the bridge with the yellow tag where the police cars blocked off the road and coordinated it while they did their forensic search and retrieved young Charlise's body. Charlise's body, the boat, and done all their other investigation. Sorry about the bouncing, but that's the road. I can understand why this guy come out here, and because he's thinking, oh, look how deserted it is. But it's not really, because you look up in there, there's even a dead end road up there, and people dump garbage up there. But the council also has trail cameras up there, and they take photographs of people dumping stuff. So anybody who's got any bright ideas, forget about it. In Australia, councils use trail cameras in known dumping areas, and they photograph you. Now, this is the Putty Road coming down onto the Colo River. You can see it's a very big drop. You can see there's even an emergency stopping bed. So, unfortunately, I can say if Charlise was already dead in the drum, and just say she's in the back of my car, this would have been the journey she was on, where the sicko went. Sorry, I can't think of another word. Sicko. If you appreciate this video, me trying to get the grandmother and people in Tweed Head some closure, that's all this video is about. I'm not judging the guy, I'm not getting involved in the case. I'm just giving you an example, an understanding. If you've never been down the Putty Road and you don't ever want to come down here or have never been down here, this basically explains to you what the terrain is like. In his mind, he thought, oh, I can get away with this. That's just my opinion. I'm not the judge and jury. And then he would have turned into here I thought, oh, this is nice and remote. But did you see the car just go out? That's right, there is traffic down here. There's the Colo Bridge. First of all, as I said, I'll show you where the cameraman stood. This is where the cameraman stood. Just up along here. I've got to chuck the U-turn, come back to you. This is basically where the camera crew stood when they were filming, and they were talking about what had happened. There's the binary in the background. They gave the impression they were in Lower Portland, but the actual fact they're up here. Typical Lantana. As I said, there's the power wires there, and there's the Colo River Bridge. See, there's another car now. And I'll say that's why this guy is in here. Just done what he did. Now, I said the cameraman also stood in here. That's where they stood. Let's have a look. See, here's the big bridge. The police use this to keep the rain off them while they're doing their investigation. And as you can see, it's also a very isolated area. But it is well trafficked. You can see by the road and everything else. This is where the cameraman would have been standing. There's those bushes, there's the concrete. There's yellow tag with a white square next to it. That's where the police cars were. And that's where the police boats were. And yes, there's already flowers up here. People have already been down here showing their sympathy, which I think is fantastic. So local people of Colo definitely would be affected by this. It's not something that they would have needed. Nobody needs this down here. So the people of Colo who left this down here for young CHARLISE, thank you very much. And lovely. Australian bottle brush. More daffodils. Lovely little toy. And I'm about to get wet, but anyway. Yes, this has affected people. Just eating a little bouquet from I'd say a little child made that. From their home plants, home flowers at home. This beautiful bouquet, obviously look, it's in a beautiful pink pot. This obviously has affected people. I'll come back in the car. As I said, please do not let this reflect on the people of the Colo. This guy come from Sydney and his parents lived up at Mount Wilson. They're multi-millionaires. Nothing to do with the great people of Colo. It just makes them look bad. But we all know that it wasn't them. They are fantastic people here in the Colo. So here we are underneath the bridge. Now there goes a bloke with a bunch of canoes. What's the bet he's going to go right where we're going? Tributes there for CHARLISE. There's the public toilets. And lo and behold, This is why this guy chose this place. And he's going to block my road. Right on him. Good on him. So this is where he would have drove in. I'm presuming this is where he's tried. Because what he's done, he's come down here with his car. I'm presuming with a trailer, the boat, or a car with a blow-up boat. Because they said he had trouble trying to put the boat in the water. And that's why he got stuck. Well, this is why he got stuck. This is what caused him the problems. These great big concrete blocks. See, because they don't want you to using it as a boat ramp. People still come in and dump it. But can you see his idea? Nobody can see me. There's the river. Now we'll go back the other way. This is what was going through his mind. Probably, I'm safe and secure here, but nobody can see me. But he's absolutely wrong. And I'll do this as a demonstration just to prove a point. His phone gave him away. That's what sunk him. His own phone. This is why this has been closed as a boat ramp. I said in my video to the other people who've been watching my video, it drops off on a sheer cliff. It drops off. I said it goes like that. See, I'm correct. It is like that. They had to rock it off. Rock it off. With rocks in wire mesh. Because look, this is from the local flooding. This is now slightly flooding. And this is the same height of water he would have had to deal with. So can you see the problem he had? He would have put the boat in there. And there's the current. Right there. Boat's gone in the water. I will surmise. And look at the speed of that current. This is only 2 days after. So if I now throw a rock out there, now I'll throw a rock out there. You watch how quick you see the ripple running. Just in case the camera doesn't pick it up, I'll throw a rock out there and you'll see the wash. And they're going faster, further out. This is what I was talking about on my video when I said to people on my channel, my YouTube channel, this is why they took this away as a boat ramp. Because what happens is, people try to launch their boats here, the wheels get stuck down there. See, before they put these rocks in, this here kept getting washed down and down and down. And just out there, it goes right down. Because when this river's not flooding, it is crystal clear. And you can clearly see it goes right down like that. So the problems, this is why he's had a lot of problems. And then CHARLISE, in the boat, has drifted down there, I would presume, that way with the current, because of the floodwaters, and got stuck on the sandbar over there. And why he couldn't get to it, I'll now show you why. But isn't this isolated? And right there is the park. Can you see the park through the trees? Let's have a look. There's the park. That to me is obviously a police vehicle. See the big knobby tyres on it? I don't think the camera's picking that up. He's got the big square chunky tyres. It's obviously a police vehicle. Big police forward drives. See? Nobody can see you. Now I'll show you what stopped him from getting back to the boat. If he tried to get onto the other side of the river, I don't know. I don't know the GPS tracking on his phone. I know nothing about it. I'm just going to surmise whose and what stuff this is. I have no idea. Old swimmers and, I mean, my God, you know. This is the problem in the Colo. People like to, I hate using this word, yes, definitely police cars. Can you see the big tread? Look at it all. It hasn't rained here yet since they left. They were very, very thorough. Good. Even here, you can see where they backed in. Drove up, and they backed in. I'll show you what stuffed him up on the other side. This is straight ahead. So that's where he went down. And go up there, it goes up. That's right, it goes up away from the water. And it's a sheer cliff. So no, it didn't go that way. You might also notice too how the council have placed great big rocks, like one there in the tree, one there, and one there, because these old timbers have rotten. So people don't drive into the park. They keep cars out. Anyway, if he wanted to get to the other side of the river, if that's where Charlise landed up on the boat, and let's just say I'm being him, I'm going, oh my God, the boat got away from me, it's up on the bank on the other side. I don't know. I don't know. Let's just give Charlise one more piece of respect. So to the grandmother and other family members, the people at Colo and in the Hawkesbury have you in their thoughts. So what he would have thought, oh, I'll go back up here and he'll try and intercept the boat on the other bank. Let's just say, I'm only surmising, if the boat went across there to the other side, this is what would have stuffed him up, because his GPS would be on the recording and the police would have it. So it's high bush. Doing this time now gives you an idea how flooded the Colo is. Compared to a normal day view, see how small the sandbar is? Now when he gets over this side, he would have gone, oh, I've got to get onto the bank. Let's just say the boat did come onto this side of the river. How could he get in? There's a fence there. There's a great big long fence. And there's a gate. There's a fence. It's all fenced off. So he can't get in. So it's still all fenced in. And down into there, there's a gate. And there's also security cameras. So he's not going to go there, because they're going to, first thing they're going to say, because they live there, they're going to say, what are you doing here? And then if you try to get in up here, well, you can't. Because now, that's a drop off down there and there's barbed wire. So he's not going to run across there because they're going to see him. See my point? So even down here at this place, there's a solar spotlight. If you come down here, you're going to be caught on camera. See? Because people know this is a very isolated area, they have all their own security. See? Anyway, for me, Mr. Hominoid, if you appreciate this drive down here, I'll go back on the way out and I'll show you on the way out. So now this is driving back into Colo River. So you can't get through that. And so there's people here because they're mowing the lawns. So there's cars there. Car there. And the cafe there is open. Because he was here on a weekday, I believe. So, oh well, there's a famous phone booth. Well, for me, Mr. Hominoid, I hope that brings some sort of understanding to it all, to the people in Queensland, Tweed Heads, explaining why he couldn't get away with what he was doing. So it's just all fenced off. So once the boat got away from him, CHARLISE you might say was safer, because then she had a chance of being saved, even though she passed away. Her recovery was made possible because his deed didn't get to happen. I believe he was going to pull the boat full of sandbags and try and sink it. But what the silly idiot, and I'm going to call him an idiot, well he is an idiot for what he did, is that this Colo River is usually dead, clear, clean water. So I take back the word dead. Well, it is dead clear. Well, it is an expression. Crystal clear, that'd be better, more appropriate. Crystal clear water. This is rainwater. That's brown from the silt. Because this water comes all the way from Mudgee. Yes, Mudgee, M-U-D-G-E-E, Mudgee, New South Wales. It's got a 10,000 square kilometre catchment, and all comes down right through there. When that goes underwater, that's why. So for me, Mr. Hominoid, I just hope bring some sort of understanding to the people of Tweed and everybody who feels anything for this poor little CHARLISE. And there's the road she went down. So goodbye from me, Mr. Hominoid. Thank you.